All right, so you're planning a cabin getaway.
Oh, nice.
Super excited about it,
Yeah.
but maybe a little overwhelmed with the whole packing situation.
Yeah, I can see that.
We've all been there,
Yeah.
right? Like trying to figure out what to bring, how to fit it all in.
Definitely.
But that's why we're here today,
Absolutely.
to make this whole process a little bit easier, a little bit more fun,
Yeah.
and to turn you into a total cabin weekend packing pro.
I like that.
So for this deep dive, we're turning to the ultimate cabin weekend guide, everything you need for a cozy getaway.
Oh, I love that blog.
It's full of practical tips, stylish ideas, and even some fun little extras that I think you're going to love.
It really does cover it all.
Mhm.
And it emphasizes how packing well can actually make your whole cabin experience better. You know, it's not just about throwing things in a bag. It's about creating a collection of items that'll help you relax and embrace that cozy cabin vibe.
Right. So why don't we start with the foundation of any good packing list,
Okay.
the bag itself.
The bag.
The guide really stresses picking the right weekender bag, one that's big enough for everything, but also stylish and organized.
So true. It's like your cabin weekend sidekick.
Totally. And I love how the guide connects your bag choice to your personal style.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're going for that effortless, cool vibe, they suggest a canvas weekender.
Classic.
But if you're more into that polished, Instagrammable aesthetic,
I see where you're going with this.
a leather duffel might be more your speed.
Love it. Both great options.
I know. And then beyond looksiest, the guide also recommends considering features like detachable straps for versatility.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Makes it so much easier to carry.
Right. And then if you're anything like me and you tend to overpack,
Who doesn't?
a convertible backpack tote could be a lifesaver.
Game changer for sure. Especially if you're planning on doing any exploring or hiking.
Absolutely. Hands-free is the way to go.
Definitely.
Okay, so we've got the bag situation sorted.
Check.
Now let's move on to what's going inside.
The fun part.
I know.
Yeah.
And the guide section on cabin attire is all about finding that sweet spot between warmth, comfort, and style.
The cabin trifecta.
Exactly. So think like chunky sweaters,
Yes.
leggings, flannel shirts.
All the cozy classics.
Right, those pieces that just make you feel instantly relaxed.
It's like your uniform for relaxation.
Totally. And I love how the guide suggests sticking to a neutral color palette, like cream and forest green.
Oh, yeah. For that ultimate cabin chic look.
It's like creating a capsule wardrobe specifically for relaxation.
I love that idea. And it
Yeah.
makes packing so much easier when you have a cohesive color scheme.
So true. And those earthy tones, they kind of connect back to the natural environment.
Yeah, subconsciously promoting a sense of calm and grounding. It's like bringing the outdoors into your wardrobe.
I like that.
Mhm.
And on a practical note, layering is key for those fluctuating cabin temperatures.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Mornings can be chilly. Then it warms up in the afternoon and gets cold again at night.
Exactly. So packing those versatile pieces that can be mixed and matched is essential.
Absolutely. You got to be prepared for anything.
Speaking of essentials, let's move on to beauty. Now, I'm all about a good skincare routine, but the guide actually recommends keeping it pretty simple for a cabin getaway.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tinted moisturizer, lip balm,
Especially with that dry cabin air.
so important. And dry shampoo are your go-tos.
The holy trinity of cabin beauty.
Right. It's all about embracing a more natural, low-maintenance routine.
Which honestly is kind of perfect for the whole vibe of the trip, you know? It's a chance to give your skin a break from all the products and just let it breathe.
Yeah. And I think there's something really refreshing about that.
Totally. It's like hitting the reset button on your beauty routine.
Absolutely. And hey, if you find those elaborate skincare rituals relaxing, by all means, bring a few of your favorites.
Of course. It's all about making it your own.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered the bag, the clothes, the beauty basics. What's next?
Time for the best part.
Ooh. I think I know where you're going with this.
Snacks.
Snacks. Always gonna have snacks.
The guide recommends packing trail mix and granola bars for those outdoor adventures.
Smart choices. Keeps you fueled up for all the exploring.
Right. But then they also throw in a fun suggestion.
Let's hear it.
A 40-pack of Frito-Lay party mix.
Whoa, now that's a lot of party mix.
I know, but can you imagine sharing that with your cabin crew?
Okay, I have to admit, that does sound kind of fun.
Right. It's like instant party vibes.
It's all about balance, though, right?
Sure.
We want to indulge a little, but also make sure we're fueling our bodies with nutritious stuff, too.
Of course. So maybe we swap out some of that party mix for some healthier options, like nuts, dried fruit.
Maybe some homemade energy balls.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
Gotta keep those energy levels up for all the hiking and games and cozy nights by the fire.
And speaking of staying entertained, the guide suggests packing books, board games, and a Bluetooth speaker for those indoor moments.
The cabin entertainment essentials.
Right. And they even remind you to download playlists beforehand in case of spotty Wi-Fi.
Such a good tip. Because you never know what the internet situation is going to be like out in the wilderness.
Exactly. So it's always better to be prepared.
And while we're on the topic of preparation, this might be a good time to remind our listeners that the True Travel Treasures channel has tons of great videos on packing for different climates and activities.
Yes, definitely check those out. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of their amazing travel tips and inspiration.
It's a treasure trove of travel knowledge over there.
Okay, back to the packing list. Now, the guide moves on to outdoor gear, which of course is going to depend on your specific activities and the time of year.
Makes sense.
But they suggest packing those basics like an insulated jacket, a beanie, hiking boots.
The outdoor essentials.
Right. And they even throw in a fun tip about hand warmers for those extra chilly evenings.
Oh yeah, those are lifesavers, especially if you're planning on doing any stargazing or late night bonfires.
So
And, thinking about your specific activities is key here. Are you planning on snowshoeing, bird watching, maybe some epic stargazing? This is where that True Travel Treasures online course on travel planning can be a lifesaver. It's full of tips and strategies for making a personalized travel plan that works for you and your interests.
I love that. And it's in audio format, so you can listen while you're packing or even on the drive to the cabin.
Perfect for multitasking.
Right.
And don't forget, you can grab a free travel planning ebook in the episode description too, another great resource from True Travel Treasures.
Yes. Lots of goodies down there. So be sure to check it out.
Definitely.
Okay, next up on the guides list is tech and accessories. And one thing that really stood out to me was the emphasis on capturing memories.
Oh, yeah. That's so important, especially for a trip like this where you're really trying to disconnect and be present.
Right. So they suggest packing a Polaroid camera for that old school vibe, string lights for creating ambiance, and even a tripod for those epic group photos.
Love it. It's all about capturing those special moments and creating memories that'll last a lifetime.
Exactly. And don't forget you can find links to all sorts of travel-related items in the description below and in the YouTube shopping section.
Oh, yeah. Perfect for anyone looking to upgrade their travel gear.
And any purchase you make through those links will support the True Travel Treasures channel.
Awesome. So you can feel good about treating yourself while also supporting a great channel.
It's a win-win.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. What else does the guide have in store for us?
Well, they also talk about some essential items that often get overlooked, like a first aid kit and a flashlight. You never know when you might need them.
Right. Better to be safe than sorry, especially in a more remote setting.
Exactly. And, beyond the physical stuff, the guide also talks about mental preparation for a cabin getaway.
Oh, yeah, that's so key. It's like setting the stage for relaxation and really getting into that cabin mindset.
Exactly. And one thing they encourage is embracing the opportunity for a digital detox.
Oh, I love that. Putting those phones away and just disconnecting for a while.
Right. It's so easy to get caught up in our devices, even when we're trying to escape.
Totally. But a cabin weekend is the perfect time to unplug, recharge, and really reconnect with ourselves and the people we're with.
And you know what can help you maximize that relaxation time?
What's that?
The True Travel Treasures website.
Oh, of course.
They have tons of resources on mindful travel and creating a more balanced travel experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You can find tips on everything from meditation techniques to digital detox strategies.
I'll have to check that out.
Definitely. And it ties in perfectly with the guide's emphasis on creating a cabin weekend persona.
Oh, yeah. It's like stepping into a different version of yourself for a few days.
Exactly. And it's not just about the clothes you pack, but also the mindset you bring to the experience.
Right. Choosing to embrace the slower pace, the quiet moments, and the opportunity to just be present.
I love that. And the guide encourages you to really think about what you want to get out of this trip. Are you seeking adventure, relaxation, quality time with loved ones?
Yeah. Defining your intentions can really help shape your packing choices and your overall experience.
Right. Because if you're hoping to spend most of your time outdoors, you'll want to pack accordingly with hiking gear and comfortable clothes.
But if your goal is to curl up by the fire with a good book,
Yeah,
you might prioritize cozy sweaters and a stack of your favorite reads.
totally.
Mm.
And if you're looking for some literary inspiration, be sure to check out the True Travel Treasures YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
They have a whole series on books that are perfect for a cabin getaway with recommendations for every taste and mood.
I'll have to add that to my watch list.
Definitely. Okay, so back to the guide.
Okay.
One of the things they suggest is creating a tangible reminder of your trip.
Oh, like a souvenir?
Kinda, but more like a personal memento. It could be a photo album, a scrapbook, a
Mm,
memory jar filled with little treasures you find along the way.
I love that idea. It's like taking a piece of the experience home with you.
Right. It's about taking the time to really savor those moments and create something meaningful that you can revisit later.
And it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. It could be as simple as collecting a few pressed leaves or writing down your favorite memories in a journal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about capturing the essence of the experience, not just the visual memories.
And you know what? The True Travel Treasures website has some really beautiful travel journals and memory-keeping accessories that are perfect for documenting those special moments.
Well, cool. I have to check those out.
Yeah, they're really nice. Okay, so I'm curious. Does the guide offer any advice on packing for different types of cabin getaways? Like, is there anything unique about packing for a romantic cabin weekend versus a family trip?
That's a great question. Yeah, and yeah, they do touch upon that briefly. They suggest that romantic cabin weekends might call for a more curated packing list with items that create a sense of intimacy and connection.
Oh, like what?
Think candles, cozy blankets,
Mm.
maybe a special playlist for those romantic evenings by the fire.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Right, it's all about setting the stage for a truly memorable and romantic experience.
I love it. And what about packing for families?
Well, for families, the guide emphasizes practicality and comfort.
Makes sense.
So packing plenty of snacks, games, activities to keep everyone entertained, especially during downtime.
Essential for keeping the peace.
Right. And of course, don't forget those essentials, like a first aid kit, sunscreen, bug spray.
Oh, yeah. The family trip must-haves.
And this might be a good time to remind our listeners about the True Travel Treasures online course on travel planning.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
It is a whole module dedicated to family travel, with tips for choosing destinations, packing lists for kids, ideas for fun and engaging activities.
That sounds super helpful, especially for families who are new to traveling with little ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And remember, that course is audio-based, so you can listen to it while you're packing, driving, even cooking dinner.
Perfect for busy parents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about romantic getaways, family trips.
Mm.
Is there anything else we should consider?
Well, what about people traveling with pets? Is there any advice for them?
Well, that's another great point.
Right.
And yeah, the guide does address pet-friendly travel
I
briefly.
like it.
They stress the importance of researching pet policies before booking a cabin.
Of course. You don't want any surprises.
Right. And packing those essential items like food, water bowls, leashes,
Mm-hmm.
any necessary medications.
The furry friend essentials.
Exactly.
Mm.
And, the True Travel Treasures website has a whole section dedicated to pet-friendly travel.
Really?
Yeah, they have articles on everything from choosing the right accommodations to tips for keeping your pet safe and comfortable during your travels.
That's awesome. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's a great resource. And
Yeah.
speaking of resources, don't forget about the free travel planning ebook that's available in the episode description.
Oh, yeah. Right?
It's packed with tips and checklists to help you plan your next adventure, whether it's a cabin getaway, a beach vacation, a city escape.
Love it.
Hmm.
And while you're down there in the description box, be sure to check out the links to all those amazing travel-related items in the YouTube shopping section.
Yes.
Remember, any purchase you make through those links directly supports the True Travel Treasures channel.
Exactly.
So you can feel good about treating yourself while also supporting a channel you love.
It's a win-win.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Any other key takeaways from the guide that we should touch on?
Well, I think one of the most important things is to remember to be present and savor every moment of your cabin getaway.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's easy to get caught up in the planning and packing, but once you arrive, it's all about slowing down, disconnecting, and really immersing yourself in the experience.
Exactly. And the True Travel Treasures channel really embodies that same spirit of mindful and intentional travel.
I agree.
They believe that travel is more than just checking destinations off a list. It's about creating meaningful experiences that enrich our lives and broaden our perspectives.
I love that philosophy. It's about making memories that matter.
Totally. So I'm curious,
Yeah.
before we wrap up, what stood out to you the most from this deep dive into the cabin weekend guide?
For me, it was the emphasis on the psychological benefits of a well-planned trip. It's not just about having the right gear. It's about creating an experience that promotes relaxation, reduces stress,
Yeah.
and fosters a sense of connection.
I completely agree. And for me, it was the reminder that simplicity and intentionality are key to a truly fulfilling cabin getaway.
Right.
It's about letting go of the need to do it all, and instead focusing on those activities and experiences that bring us the most joy.
Well said. And you know what else brings joy? Supporting content creators like True Travel Treasures.
Yes.
If you're looking for more travel inspiration and resources, be sure to check out their website, truetraveltreasures.online.
And don't forget about their amazing YouTube channel,
Oh yeah, and that new online travel planning course.
which is audio-based, so you can listen to it on the go. Plus, you can grab a free travel planning ebook in the episode description.
Awesome. So many great resources.
And any purchase you make through the links in the description or the YouTube shopping section directly supports their channel.
Awesome. So you can feel good about investing in your own travel journey while also helping them create more amazing content.
It's a win-win. So as we wrap up this episode, we want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay, I'm listening.
What if you packed not just for comfort and style, but also for intention and joy?
Oh.
Choose items that spark excitement, activities that nourish your soul, and create space for moments that will fill your memory jar with treasures long after you return home.
It's beautiful. I love that.
So with that, we've reached the end of our deep dive into the ultimate cabin weekend guide. We hope you feel inspired and prepared to plan your own amazing getaway.
And remember, no matter where your travels take you, the most important thing is to embrace the journey and savor every moment.
Happy travels, everyone, and we'll see you next time on the deep dive. Okay, so before we officially close out our cabin weekend deep dive,
Okay.
there's one more little gem from the guide that I wanted to touch on.
Yeah.
It's about using this time to really reconnect with yourself.
Oh, yeah. That's so important. We're constantly bombarded with demands and distractions in our daily lives.
Right.
A cabin getaway. It offers that precious opportunity to unplug and tune back into our own needs and desires.
Exactly. And the guide encourages us to think about what brings us joy and peace.
Okay.
Maybe it's journaling by the fire with a cup of tea, or taking long walks in the crisp mountain air,
I love that.
or just curling up with a good book and letting the world melt away.
It's about creating space for those simple pleasures that nourish our souls. Those activities that we often neglect in the busyness of everyday life.
Right.
And this ties in perfectly with the True Travel Treasures channel's philosophy of mindful travel.
Yes.
It's about being intentional with our time and energy and choosing experiences that truly replenish us.
Speaking of True Travel Treasures,
Yes.
they have some amazing guided meditations on their YouTube channel
Really?
that are perfect for a cabin getaway.
I love that.
They even have a series specifically designed for connecting with nature and finding inner peace.
It's like bringing a personal mindfulness coach along on your trip.
Totally.
And it reminds me of a point the guide made that really resonated with me.
Yeah.
It said, don't feel guilty if you're using this time to get away from the kids.
Oh, yeah.
It's a reminder that taking time for ourselves is not selfish. It's essential for our well-being. And when we return home feeling refreshed and recharged,
Right.
we're better equipped to show up for the people we love.
That's such a powerful message.
Yeah.
And it's something we often forget, in our culture of constant doing and achieving.
Yeah, we always feel like we have to be on the go.
Right.
But true rejuvenation, it comes from those moments of stillness and self-connection. Those
Yeah.
moments when we allow ourselves to simply be.
And a cabin getaway can be the perfect environment for cultivating that sense of being.
Absolutely. It's a place where we can shed the weight of our responsibilities and reconnect with the simple joys of life.
Okay. So to sum it all up, we've learned that packing for a cabin weekend is about so much more than just throwing some clothes and snacks into a bag.
Way more.
It's about curating an experience that aligns with our intentions and desires. It's about choosing items that spark joy, activities that nourish our souls, and a mindset that allows us to fully embrace the beauty and tranquility of nature.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
And it's about remembering that this is our time to recharge and reconnect,
Yes.
both with ourselves and with the people we love.
So before we say goodbye, what stood out to you the most from this deep dive into the cabin weekend guide?
For me, it was the emphasis on the psychological benefits of a well-planned trip, It's not just about having the right gear.
Right.
It's about creating an experience that promotes relaxation, reduces stress, and fosters a sense of connection.
I completely agree. And for me, it was the reminder that simplicity and intentionality are key to a truly fulfilling cabin getaway.
I love that.
It's about letting go of the need to do it all, and instead focusing on those activities and experiences that bring us the most joy.
Well said. And you know what else brings joy?
What's that?
Supporting content creators like True Travel Treasures.
Oh, yes.
If you're looking for more travel inspiration and resources, be sure to check out their website, truetraveltreasures.online.
It's a treasure trove of information on everything from packing tips to destination guides to mindful travel practices.
And don't forget about their amazing YouTube channel.
Yes, and their new online travel planning course.
Which is audio-based, so you can listen to it on the go.
Plus, you can grab a free travel planning ebook in the episode description.
Awesome.
Any purchase you make through the links in the description or the YouTube shopping section directly supports their channel.
So you can feel good about investing in your own travel journey while also helping them create more amazing content.
It's a win-win.
Totally.
So as we wrap up this episode, we want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay.
What if you packed not just for comfort and style, but also for intention and joy?
I like that.
Choose items that spark excitement, activities that nourish your soul, and create space for moments that will fill your memory jar with treasures long after you return home.
Beautifully said.
And with that, we've reached the end of our deep dive into the Ultimate Cabin Weekend Guide. We hope you feel inspired and prepared to plan your own amazing getaway.
And remember, no matter where your travels take you, the most important thing is to embrace the journey and savor every moment.
Happy travels, everyone, and we'll see you next time on the